Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad that you came back to see me from earlier today. I'm coming to you live from Texas, and I wanted to talk to you about some tests that I had. One in particular I'm going to talk about today. And this particular test had a lot of different tests in it. Okay? So I'm going to take you from the beginning all the way to recently. So I dated this guy named Jerome for 4 years, off and on. And just to let y'all know, this ring that I have on, I'm not married yet to someone that's human and on this earth. But this is on my right hand, and the band says Jesus. And then this is the wedding ring, which means that I decided that I was going to marry Jesus, and he was going to be my husband before any earthly husband. So that's symbolic for that. So don't be like, oh my God, girl, you got married. Not yet, but I did get married to the Lord, which is better than any other marriage I can possibly have done in my life. Okay? So anyway, I was messing with this guy named Jerome for 4 years off and on. 4 years off and on. And at this particular time, you know, I was doing everything that a wife would do. Yeah, I was fornicating and all that. Don't judge me, okay? Don't act like you ain't never, fornicated before in your life. But I was fornicating, and I was doing everything with him and for him to make him realize that I was a good woman, and hopefully, he would marry me. We used to go out on vacations and stuff together. I was at his house like all the time. I was watching his son, and we would all go out as a family. Like, we were just like together. But then we'll be on for 3 months. I'll get mad at him, don't talk to him for 2 months. On for another 3 or 4 months. I'll get mad at him, don't talk to him for a month. So this went on for 4 years. So when I began to make my videos before, um, no. I think it was, let's see, maybe no, I was back messing with him during the time I was making my videos before, but I'm confused because when I was making my videos, I was completely celibate. So I think that, let me see, I got my job in August of 2016. I don't remember. But anyway, I was making my videos, and I just felt that I couldn't do him anymore. So I broke it off with him. And I told him that, I don't want to deal with you anymore. I can't take our relationship anymore. I can't take your mother anymore, who continuously ruled his life in every aspect of his life. Like, we couldn't do nothing without his mama calling, and she just was all up in his business. So, and he just was all over the place, and I was trying to get to another level, and I couldn't deal with him and his situations. So I broke it off with him, and he was heckin' mad. But I wasn't tripping. I just was focused on getting my life together and focusing on the Lord, right? Now, I do love him. I still love him, and but I had to choose me at that point. So I'm thinking to myself, like, we always break up. We always end up getting back together. But this time, maybe he'll see how important I am to him, and he'll come back and be like, you know what, I love you. Let's try to work it out. I want to marry you. We gonna fix these issues with my mom. I'm thinking that that was gonna happen. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, and I really didn't care because I just was focused on the Lord at that point. I had just came back, from that situation in Miami and everything, so I was cool on that. So I go on with my life, don't hear from him 4 months, 5, 6 months, don't hear from him. So I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm like, no, I dumped him before Miami. Yeah, because I remember this was before Miami. My memory's not that good, but anyway, you get the point. I dumped him, okay? And I'm thinking that he's gonna come back in, but he never did. So I just went on with my life or whatever. So I'm scrolling down Facebook one day, and I see a picture on his Facebook on my news feed because I wasn't looking for him. It said she said yes. So I was nosy. I clicked. I said she said yes. So this man got engaged to somebody else. So I go to his page, then I go to her page. She cute or whatever. I'm one thing about me, I'm not a hater. She cute or whatever. So I goes to her page and I'm like, see all they little engagement pictures. When I tell you my heart, I felt like I wanted to throw up. So the first thing I do is I call him. I'm like, you mother. I didn't curse though, but I wanted to. I'm like, you got engaged? And he was like, yeah, but it's not what you think. So I'm like, what do you mean it's not what I think? Was with you for 4 years, and often we used to sit in the garage or sit in his backyard and we used to talk about everything. And I used to always tell him, you know what? I've been putting so much effort into this relationship that I know that you're going to end up marrying somebody else. So he was like, no, why you always say that? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't know why I always said that, but I always felt that in my heart, and look what happened. So anyway, so I call him. I'm like, you got engaged. He's like, well, it's not what you think. It's a lot long story. So we talking on the phone, and I'm mad, and he trying to explain. So he like, well, could you just meet me for lunch tomorrow, and I can explain it to you in person. So I'm nosy. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go out and I meet him for lunch. So we're eating at the table. He's making up all these lies, talking some the girl forced him. She had some information on him and told him that if she told if he didn't marry her that she was gonna tell it all and he couldn't afford to wouldn't to go through that. So he was like, forget it. He was gonna be just some complete BS. But what he was doing at that time is he was making sure that me and him was good to where he didn't have to worry about me trying to come find him or interfere with their relationship. So that was considered the break all connection with me dinner, lunch. So he's sitting at the table, he's crying, tears coming down his eyes, telling me he loved me and he's sorry. But this is something that he has to do. He can't give me details about what she has against him, but just know that this is not something that he want to do. Now, he has a very, very bad habit of getting himself into situations, and I have to get him out, help him get out of it. Like I use my brain power to be like, okay, you do this and this will help. So anyway, so this didn't seem weird to me at all because he always doing stupid stuff. Hence another reason why I stopped messing with him. But I couldn't get over the fact that I was in love with this dude and this was happening. I was so broken. But because I'm a strong-minded individual, I don't let people see that they're breaking me, or I don't let people see that they hurt me, and I don't harbor over it for a long period of time. I let it go. So we end up leaving the restaurant because it was time for him to go back to work from lunch or whatever. And, he decided to give me this long hug. And I was like, let me go. Like, get off of me. And so I like broke away from him and got in my car. He like, yo, wait, let me just tell you something. I'm like, no, like there's nothing else that you have to tell me. Enjoy your wife and you take care. But understand that you can never come back here. So he's still trying to talk. I'm pulling off. He slapped the hood of my car. Like he mad because I'm pulling off. So I pull off. Later on, I ended up just blocking him and cutting all ties with him. So I let him do him. Later on, months later, I see their wedding pictures. He actually married her. Okay. Didn't say nothing, didn't call them. That's not my business. And what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get in the middle of what the Lord has brought together. They got up in front of that pastor or preacher or whatever, minister, and they made their vows. And I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion going to try to get up in that because I do not want the consequences and repercussions that come from that. No, ma'am. Karma is a B word. Okay? So I'm like, wow. So I continue on my life or whatever, doing my own thing. So everything's good. No, I don't have no drama. I'm good. 6 months later, after the marriage. Now, when I see him in a restaurant, 4 or 5 months went by. Then 6 months went by after the marriage. And I'm sitting here talking to my friend Tamika, and my phone rang. So I seen a familiar number, but I'm like, this ninja is on block. How? This can't be him. Hello? Him. Rome. Hey, how you doing? I said, who is this? He like, oh, you don't, oh, that's messed up. That you don't remember my voice, whatever. So, make a long story short, I am trying to get closer to God, and I ask the Lord to forgive me for things all the time, okay? And I don't like to be a hypocrite. So he's on the phone apologizing for his mistakes. I'm so sorry that I made that mistake. I miss you. You were my best friend. I made the wrong decision. I don't know what I was thinking. You call it temporary insanity. I'm in hell right now. I married the devil. This is the worst relationship I could possibly be in. So I'm over here like, I don't care. It don't matter to me. But then I had to think, like, okay, this man is on the phone asking me to forgive him. Just because I'm going to forgive him does not mean I have to mess with him. So I said, you know what? I forgive you. I said, I forgive you, but I won't forget, but I definitely will forgive you. So the Lord, because it had to be the Lord, because ain't no way I would have agreed to this. So the Lord said, okay, you say you forgive him. Show it. So I'm looking at Tamika like, and she looking at me like, you what would Jesus do? So I'm like, you ain't no help. So he like, yeah, I'm in my car right now. I left. I don't have nowhere to go. And I'm just all stressed out. He crying on the phone and everything. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, Lord, I know you don't want me to tell this man that he can come stay the night over here. Yes. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to see you or out in the cold with nowhere to go. You can come over here and spend the night on my air mattress. So he was like, okay, I'm coming over, whatever. So my homegirl Tamika was here. She was like, girl, you did the right thing. You whatever. So I said, okay, well, you go sleep in my bed. Okay? Because I ain't that strong, I don't think. I know for a fact because that was my boo. Like, he was 100. Okay? So I ain't that strong. Go sleep in my bed, Tamika. That's cut off right there. That's C blocking. So he come over. He walk up. I give him a little side hug. He like, oh, a side hug? I'm like, yeah. So he come in and he sit down. So he get to talking about all the things that he's going through. How the girl don't like his son, and he's a single he was a single father with a son. The girl don't like his son. The girl fixed her kid's plate, but don't fix her son plate. She's take all his money. She do this. She like all this type of stuff, right? So I'm just sitting there listening. So at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I get tired, so I go and I get the blow up mattress for him, and I blow up the mattress. Make the sheets and make the bed or whatever for him, and I go and make me a blanket, put a blanket, and I lay on my couch, which is like right next to the air mattress. So he's like, I'm tired, so I'm like, okay, well, go to sleep or whatever, get a good night's rest or whatever. So we talking. I'm on the couch. She's on the air mattress. So we talking, and he just like, I'm just so sorry about what I did. He just keep on saying this all over, and I love you, and could you just come down here on the bed with me, and I can talk to you. And I'm like, you could talk to me from up here. I don't need to get on the bed with you. So he like, I know, but I just want, just want to hug you, whatever, whatever. So I'm like, if I get down there, don't try anything. Like, don't. So he like, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. So I got down there. So he hugged me. And when he hugged me, I just broke out crying. Like, I'm in tears. Like, just thinking about it right now makes me want to tear up. Because number one, I cannot believe that I allowed this person into my home. Number two, I cannot believe how much in love I still am with this person. Number three, he's married to somebody else. And number four, my heart is broken. And I'm laying here and he's hugging me. I just lost it. I'm crying, boo hoo, snip. I'm done. So he hugging me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you. I shouldn't have did that. And I'm gonna make it up to you. Blah blah. Just give me a chance. All this stuff. So I'm like crying, and I'm like mad. So then, but I'm like, okay, whatever, whatever. So then this ninja kissed my forehead, and then started his whole little no. I was like, what the heck? What did I tell you? And he was like, man, I'm not trying to do nothing to you. And I'm like, yes, you are. I know you. I said, let me go. He hugging me hard. I'm like, dude, let me go before I scream and Tamika come running in here. So he like, you ain't got, it's like that. I'm like, yeah, it's like that, dude. You married, and I don't get down like that. I shouldn't even be letting you hug me right now. Get off of me. So he let me go, and I get back on the couch. He was like, okay. You ain't got to get back on the couch, but I'm not going to touch you no more. I'm like, boy, bye. No. Go to sleep. Good night. So he ended up falling asleep. I fall asleep on the couch, and he gets up in the morning before me. He's getting ready to go to work. I'm like, okay, bye. So he comes over there and, kiss my forehead. I love you. Thanks for letting me stay. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Bye-bye. The devil tried it, baby. He tried it, okay? Because I know what he's capable of sexually, and I know that it's been a minute. I was surprised. Like, you turned him down? Sure did. So the next day he called me, and he began to tell me about his problems with his wife or whatever, and I began to speak life into his relationship. I told him, don't let the devil trick you, because you're married now. He's going to try to come in between y'all because he don't want to see y'all doing the right thing. I said, y'all need to go to counseling. You need to try to understand her. She need to better try to understand you. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm speaking life. He's like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Da, 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 da. So we began to build a friendship again. But I told him, I said, you have to understand, if I am going to continue our friendship, because we were always friends first. I said, you have to understand that there is no crossing the line. You have to stay on your side, and I have to stay on my side. We can't dibble and dabble. I'm not with that. So he like, all right, okay, all right. I just want you in my life. Okay, whatever. So, I was talking to him on a regular basis, talking to him about things that he could do to try to, better his marriage and, how giving him, he would tell me stories and I would give him a response from a female's point of view, trying to, you know, get him to understand her perspective. Of course, he was like, nah, I'm done. I don't want to be with her. I'm getting a divorce, getting an annulment. It's already in the works. But I kept trying to explain to him how that's not a good thing. So we talked for weeks. He asked me to go with him to the casino where he plays poker. I did. Got up hella early in the morning. Went to him, picked him up. We went out to the casino, and he gambled. I gambled a little bit with his money. And he was like, "Well, they got hotels in here. I'm a little tired. You just want to go to the room and go get a hotel room so we could at least take a nap and come back." I'm like, "No, no, I don't want a hotel room. And if you keep trying to get me into situations like that, then we gonna have to cut ties." So, he's like, "All right, fine." So he gambled. We end up leaving, and we continue to talk over the phone for some time. And his conversation just got more and more geared to him trying to get me alone on a vacation and doing this. And some of the vacations were sounding nice. I was like, "Yeah, we can do that." But then I was thinking, Quintrell, how you gonna go somewhere with this man for 3 and 4 days of straight being pampered and sipping and not get caught up? That is a trap. So I said, "Lord, if I've done all I needed to do in this situation, and this situation is going to end up being something that you're not proud of, end it." 3 days later, I text him. He texts me back. And I know that he don't like people going bad on him. Like, you have to be super respectful. You can't do the fool on him because he just like, "Oh, I don't like drama. I'm out of there." When I tell you, I cursed him out bad in a text message, calling him nasty, "You disrespectful bastard. You're married and you got the nerve enough to be trying to have sex with your ex after I done told you this and this and that," and you went bad on him. He didn't respond. I knew he wouldn't. And that was about 6 weeks ago. And I haven't talked to him again. He hasn't called. Maybe he has. I don't know. He's blocked. And that's it. Done. The reason why I'm telling you this story is because I always tell people I do not mess with married men. I don't. Because when I get married again, I do not want some woman messing with my husband. So, the devil says you don't mess with married men, huh? Okay. Let's see. Let's get your kryptonite in here and see if you gonna still say that. And I can comfortably say, gratefully say, that I did not. And I had several opportunities to go in, but I did not. I stood my ground, and I prayed, and God made it disappear in 1 minute and quickly out the next. So, I said that to say this. You're going to be faced with your temptations, and it's up to you what you decide to do. And if you know that there's a situation too hard for you to handle, like that situation, you got to ask God to give you the strength. Say, "Hey, I can't do this without you, Lord. This is too much. This is above my not pay grade, but this is above my my ability to make the right decisions, because my body is saying, oh goodness, yes, come on, I'll repent later." But if you know that it goes against everything and you don't have the ability to fight it off or stop it, ask God to delete it and remove it. and he will do it. And I got another example that's way better than this one. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm gonna go all the way in. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. It's almost 25 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, and when in Rome, do not do like the Romans. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Make sure you comment and subscribe. And if you're negative, please don't comment, because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Bye. God bless.